Welcome back everybody to another episode of Booster 2000 at the body shop. A lot of people liked the last video about the spot welding, different to my usual kind of stuff. Well, it's not really, is it? Because I do a bit of everything. Anyhow, got this red, Mola red I believe, M3 convertible in. This car came in last year and had the underside stone guarded and cleaned up and all that, and it was due an MOT. Doing inspection as we were doing so, we picked up with water bung and drains underneath that it was corroding away. So we cleaned it up and we stone guarded it, but now the car's ready for MOT, so it's coming in for plate and welding. Where else to bring it? But to us. We do a great job. So I'm going to show you what and how we do to fix this. I'll also show you the damage. It's a great car. The guy has owned it from new, okay? It's had the front end painted, it's had new arches done on it, our wings on the front. Go back to look at previous videos where we've stone guarded the inside, we painted edge to edge on the inside, we've painted them red inside, we painted them on the outside, we faded and blended the bottom of the car. And take a look at that. But yeah, today is about repairing this hole in the floor, getting it ready for its MOT, get it back up in the air, back up in the air, and then getting the stone guarded and chip ready for its MOT to have no issues at all. But yeah, follow me on the journey. So there you are. So have a look down here. This is where the bung would have been normally, about that big. It's crusty all around the edge now. You can see where the water was getting into the sound deadening. We're going to pull this back and pull this carpet right out, get a fire blanket on here. My first job is to clean up all this sealer all the way down the edge, because sealer catches fire, okay? Remember that. Clean up all this area, see back how far the rust and the corrosion is. I'm not sure what this plate is, if it's aluminium or if it's a metal, we'll have to find out. And then we're going to actually make the plate for this section, rather than buying the plate. And well, I don't know if it's readily available or not, but anyway, we're going to make our plate right now. Myself and Matt will do it. We'll get on the welding, we'll get it back up in the air, we'll stone guard underneath, and we'll seal it, and we'll show you the finished product. I'm quite confident it'll be a really good job, so stick around. Okay, so using the 3Ms or air sander, we are going to go with an 80 or a 60, and we're going to grind all this area back and all the seam sealer. We'll also use a belt sander, okay? And do a quick time lapse right now. Okay, so we're going to swap tools now. We are on to the belt sander, and I will show you why. The good thing is the metal around here is quite good, so we'll have to cut back to here. Obviously nice and neat. But yeah, belt sander needs to get up all this section. Okay, so we've grinded most of this out around the edge. Some of it we've had to scrape out like this because we can't get in there. I need to clean up a little bit more here to see what's going on here. It seems a bit rusty, like a little bit of a scab. I don't know if it's surface rust or it's just water being sitting under the sealer. We'll have a look at that now. Clean this up a little bit better, and let's get this up in the air and start chasing it back underneath. And the reason why you're going to see it back underneath, just to see if any other skin or any surface is rusted or corroded. Good thing is this is steel, okay? So we could go to the edge of this maybe, or I don't know, we're gonna have to think this through. I believe that probably twists and comes out looking at it. It's like a blank, like a fuel pump or something. But I just don't know what it does. I don't know much about these BMWs. But yeah, the metal is pretty good. So it's a little bit damaged and pitted there. Tiny bit on the edge, but we'll cut all this out anyway. Okay. Here we are, that is now neatened up. Ignore all this, this is the dust and dirt. But yeah, we go, let's have a nice section. Check this out from underneath, but it's quite clean there now. What's really important, okay, really important, is you always take off the seam sealer, okay, right? Anything that's left on there will smolder and will burn and will catch fire. Also, when you're doing this job, okay, wear a mask, okay, because the fumes that come off it and just linger, fill up your nose, fill up your back, your throat and stuff, it's just not worth it, okay? So mask, gloves so you don't cut yourself, as I was wearing, and obviously be careful and watch out for, luckily this side isn't where the fuel tank is. If we were doing the other side, we would have had to drop the fuel tank, because one spark off a welder or grinding and the car would be up in flames. Okay. Okay, so this is the car from underneath, and that hole is quite big and gaping and ugly. So I can't get my hand underneath at the minute because I'm laying under the car. We'd normally be on a pit, but we just elevated off the ground right now. I'm going to follow this line. I'm going to go down there, straight, and there. Obviously with that little 3M drill tool, and see where we are to see if there is any bad corrosion that needs to be cut out, and see where we need to work to. So yeah, that clip was purely just for you to see how much like under seal and burns off, and it's like toxic in your eyes. So yeah, maybe wear my Ronnie and Reggie Cray glasses, do you mean? But they are needed, okay? So don't underestimate the stuff that comes off here. I should also be wearing a mask. I am out in open air. I've chosen not to wear one at the moment. I have been wearing one, but it's just so hot. That's why I've got the jumper on as well, because I'm laying on the floor. I don't want to get stinking, but yeah, let's crack on with this. It's come with a lot of underseal from factory, which is beneath the stone guard, so it's important we get all of this off. If we don't get all of this off, it's going to burn, it's going to smolder as soon as we put a welder on it for heat.
Wankers! Fucking embarrassing. Waste of our time. Fucking
hours later.
Okay, so fast forward heaven. Yeah, so I've got my metal now, and we're going to have a quick look at doing making a template already for the floor now. But yeah, that's cheeky, innit? Who knows, maybe we'll do some footage of that coming up soon. You also know Matthew's of a car. But yeah, let's get on with this plate.
"12 seconds later."
So first of all, I've used a right angle bit of steel, okay? I've cut it to shape, and I need to follow this line down here, okay? So I'm going to be going to this edge on here. I've got my right angle here, and I've tapered it out, okay? Next job, I want to cut these recesses out, okay? And then decide what size my plate is going to actually be. But I'll go through it and start explaining what I'm actually doing as I'm doing it. It is probably a little tough. I'm not set up for filming again today, but I will go through what I'm doing and trying to explain to you the best I can. We're not going to cut the metal on a car yet until I decide how far or how big I'm going to actually make our plate. So make the plate, make the indents on it, and then look at what I'm going to cut away on a car. There's not much rot on it, it's literally all been grinded out. So I just wanted to be as neat as possible. So after hammering my fingers and chopping my fingernails and tips off, etc., we have a plate that will replicate the shape underneath, okay? Look, I suppose I'm to be untrained eye, it just looks like a plate with cuts, but I will show you it now underneath the car. Really difficult to see, but we are following the lines of the body right now. What we will do now as well, for a block of copper behind here, because obviously the copper doesn't conduct the heat and weld, and we will start filling this section up in readiness for the grind back. So we got the plate that follows the lines in the car. Okay, so we take off the galv surface. It's normal steel, obviously it's galvanized on the outside to stop the corrosion. If you have a look, so we can put our copper behind now, and then we can butt all the way down and get a bit of an infill. I'm not going to video it, it's difficult to video when welding. You'll see now when I've done it. Oh my gosh, it's like the hottest day of the year. So update, I've gone back, I've re-cleaned up a larger section. I've done a lot of work to my plate, and you will see now that the plate fits in nice in this section. The plate will be cut to fit, and then hopefully we'll get this plate up. I'll grind it back a bit and tidy it up then, but yeah, it's nice and it fills the hole nicely, and it runs in line obviously with natural body lines. All this will be grinded out and stuff, so don't worry about that, and it'll be made to fit and butted in. But yeah, So that's the plate. Not the prettiest at the moment. Obviously I'll tidy that up. But yeah, it rather than just have a square block on, when this is done now, you won't see. You won't notice. Okay, so it is absolutely scorching out. Sweating pints. Excuse me, sorry, boiling. So I'm going to show you my plate and talk to you about it. Right, okay, so I've got my right angle. I've got my indents, I've got my lines to follow underneath the car, which I'm going to show you right now. Don't forget, this is the hole, okay? So this plate now has been made to fit in here and follow the factory lines, okay? Let's drop this down. I'm getting real time here. Okay, so this is the plate. And somebody will probably say, this weld on the left where my thumb is, like, oh, it's pigeon shit. Do you know what? It's not though, is it? It's nice, it's been butted, it's been sealed, it's had copper put between it. I could take all day if I wanted to infill all these and grind them back and make them look perfect. But it's not about that, okay? So try to make it look as factory as it can. And then when it gets stone guarded, seam sealer, you're not going to see any of this anyway. This plate is going to fit flawlessly in line with the car body underneath. Anybody could have cut a bit of a square seal and put it on, but look at that. That actually follows all the lines. And you know what, I could grind all that stuff out and I could respot and tidy up. This part at the top is going to get cut off here, so don't worry about that. But yeah, that's the plate. And again, just to show you, let's get back up in the car. Let's follow these lines. Okay, so that goes on lovely up here. Okay, hold on there. And what we'll do now, we will cut the floor to fit this in. If that makes sense. If it doesn't, ask any questions. Or even the comments. Here we are, we've cut out around the damaged metal. Okay, so after many hours, this is my plate. So looking from underneath, shall we? That's the hole. And that is the plate. Fits lovely and it's nice and neat on the top. We're going to spot it from up top now, hold it up, tack it up, we start seaming it around here for our factory look and grind it back then and get it stone guarded. Really important thing when welding on a car, always use this isolator, okay? And we see we got a green tick, that means we're good to go. Safety first, we've got a fire blanket down and we've like cut this out like I've already said. And we're good to go. We're going to hold the plate up underneath, spot it around here, tack it in and go from there. I'm not even exaggerating. It's absolutely boiling. It's too hot for this stuff, especially put a welding mask on. Okay, so time is ticking on. It's like 6 PM. My battery went flat, so I missed doing some footage. But I've spotted the plate up, I've seamed it all around the edge, and I'll show you where I am now with it. So the plate has been spotted around here, seamed all the way around the edge. Obviously there's weld-on primer underneath it. This is a sealer, just letting it dry, and then we're going to use brushable seam sealer all around this area, and then we'll stone guard and paint this so it's waterproof and it's nice and it looks tidy. More impressive, let's show you underneath. And the whole reason why we just didn't put a plate on it, okay, because if you look up there, it's really difficult to see and the camera lets it down, but we have followed the natural lines of a car. So we have made an exact plate, okay, see if this makes any difference. An exact plate and welded up, sealed it, and then obviously we'll use brushable seam sealer and then we will stone guard that, okay. But yeah, but mimics factory. When this is all stone guard and stone chipped, you won't know it's had welding. That's how neat it will be. Loads of different ways you could have done this. We could have cut it out and butted it in. We've worked to the budget that we've set to, and the car's going in for an MOT tomorrow, so it's not staying overnight, it's not having a restoration, it's having a factory look plate made, fabricated and fitted in the vehicle. And look, to be honest, am I happy? Yeah, I'm over the moon, it looks great. I'll show you when we've done the seam seal and I'll show you when we've done the stone chip, and we'll end the video then. Applying the brushable seam sealer now, so it looked like it was from a factory. Looks a little bit messy now, but don't forget, this is actually what's on the car from the factory. It's like sprayed on sealer. Bit of extra protection. We let it dry off, and then we get some stone chip on it. And then we fade that out, and they will look exactly the same as they would have before we even started. And you can see we still got the contour, we still got the lines, everything to follow. So you wouldn't even know it's had welding. That's the best part about the job. Okay, so we're following the natural lines. If you look, it's got the seam sealer anyway from factory. So we brushed it on, nice and neat. We're gonna get some edge primer on here, and we're gonna get some red paint and fade out, just to make it a little bit more pretty for the owner. Get the carpet back down, we'll flash it off, get the carpet back down, get the seat back in, and then stone chip the underside. And then we would have finished the job. So this beautiful, lovely M3 is now gonna fly through its MOT. And it's got a fresh lease of life. You're not going to know it's been welded, it's been done to a factory finish. It's nice and neat, it's tidy, all the edges are nice, and rust isn't going to come back. We cut all the old rot out. We used obviously weld-on primer underneath and stuff like that. We're going to stone chip underneath and stuff as well now, tidy it up, and we're laughing. Great job, done well. Now we're going to be etched down. Now we're just going to dust in some red, just to make it pretty. These little things go a long way. Matthew's painting that now. Don't forget, the inside of these cars are just based. They don't have a base on the clear, so there's like a dusting anyway. They don't cover all the engine.
Fully covered.
Yeah, they're not fully covered. They don't do inside shuts, all that kind of stuff. They cut back on them, obviously, paint and cost. I'll flip you back down here. There you are, some mist in here, but yeah, you get the idea. So that's all done. Come on, tell me that you knew there was a giant hole over there at 9 o'clock this morning. Come on, tell me. I dare you. Quickly mask off this sill. Waiting for this to flash off, and then we will stone chip this. And then just tidy up the other side as well, just to make sure it looks a bit more presentable for the owner. Hold on a minute. So yeah, it's coming nice. This is what we use. Real good stuff, Novo product. Grab it, 600. Okay, so as I said, it's dusted. Take a look. Yeah, so it's not cleared as well. So that's nice. And then let's have a look underneath, shall we? Lovely jubbly. I got a little edge there I missed. Hold on a minute, we'll go back and do that.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.